Hi guys, Chris and PJ here live in the Dream Giveaway Garage.
Happy Wednesday to you, sir.
Happy Wednesday to our fans out there, PJ.
That's right.
And PJ, what has happened to Classic Car Row?
I know, it's not quite the row anymore. There's nothing here.
Yeah, it looks like they may be setting it up for our big donuts and drives happening on June 29th. And I'm starting our video today in front of the two Hurst vehicles.
Chris, did you say first time that you've seen this?
This is the Hurst time that you've seen the two of these together.
Very nice. I love the striping on this truck.
Yes, the GMC CR 1500 Denali, a big V8 under here, 6.2 liter, about 420 horsepower. And that Denali package, that's a nice smooth ride.
There's a lot of chrome here in the front, Chris.
A lot of chrome. I'm not sure if you still call that chrome. Can you see yourself, PJ?
Yeah, I can see
Wave at yourself, PJ.
Look at that.
And over here, I'll tell you, everybody is digging this. 1969 Hurst Olds convertible. If you know your history or you've read our webpage, you know that only two were made for promotional use in 1969. They're both in museums. They'll never have a chance to come out to enjoy, for you to enjoy it if you're the winner. But this one, specially built and now offered by the Dream Giveaway Garage. Both of these, the Hurst GMC and the Hurst Olds, will go to one lucky winner.
Now, this being a tribute car, Chris, would you ever done another car like this? Could you do another tribute car?
Well, here's the thing, PJ. With only two of them in existence, and yes, three were built, but one was fire destroyed, and I don't even know. I've heard that some of it remains, but you're never going to have a chance to get out in one of these. And if you see it in the museum, they're not going to let you fire it up. They're not going to let you go out and do a burnout in it, right?
That's true.
So this is a very special build. Plus, before we did this, we had a great conversation with the Hurst Olds Club of America. They knew this car because it appeared at that big Chicago show called McCacken, Muscle Car and Corvette Nationals, that happens every year. And they said, Chris, we love that idea. We love this particular vehicle. And it was restored by the same company that did one of the two convertibles that are now worth over $1 million a piece.
So it's pretty much the same company that kind of worked on something like
Correct.
this. Ah, very nice.
Correct. So the only difference is this is not one of the ones that was built as a promotional vehicle way back in 1969. So there you have it. Hey, go ahead, PJ.
Larry West says, Hurst to you. Thank you so much for that.
To you.
Alan says, great pair. Hope they can come to my garage.
Oh, yeah.
Cody Hill says, howdy, guys. And then Benny from our YouTube channel says, I have a question. How do the winners come down to Florida for the celebration?
Well, you want to start the Mailbag Wednesday with that question?
I don't know. Is that a question that's on there today?
It's not on there today. We can add it in.
Yeah, let's talk about that first.
Okay, great. Well, we fly the winner on down here, so they get a round trip ticket. So what happens if you got a significant other? So there's two choices. You pay the ticket for your significant other, we'll pay the ticket for you. Or if you're winning a vehicle that you can drive back, then we'll cover two one-way tickets.
Yep, we'll get you down here, hand you the keys, set you up in a hotel.
Yep.
And you're on your way with your prize.
That's correct. Are we still putting people up at the Motel 7, PJ?
No, we've got a lot better going on than that.
We've upgraded that winter experience. Now we make sure that you guys are in a nice property.
Hey, Sue says, hey, Chris and PJ, happy Wednesday. I work at an elementary school as a teacher, and I'm not able to watch your lives, but I am now since summer break has started.
Ho, ho. Love that indeed. You got a chalkboard at home? Do you get lonely in the summer?
Bill on YouTube says, I had a 69 Supreme, always wanted a Hurst convertible.
That's right. And the 69 Cutlass, the 442 and Hurst Olds, remember the body style is the same. Of course, the Hurst Olds gets that crazy aggressive fiberglass hood insert into the 442 hood. But if you look over here, you know, a Cutlass Supreme, this is my favorite quarter marker lights. That's so kind of atomic age, isn't it, PJ?
Well, it's not like a 56 or a 53 Bel Air, right?
No, but I dig it a whole lot. And it's got a spoiler on it, both the Judge and the Hurst Olds got a spoiler in 1969.
Anthony wants to know if we have the correct phone number for him tomorrow, because tomorrow we're picking a winner.
You're gonna have to call PJ later and have him check for you. I don't know.
No,
if
I'm
we
sure.
have the correct phone number for you.
I'm sure we have. And if we don't have your number, we'll social media stalk you right through here, and we'll get in touch with you.
We'll find out. Why? What's happening tomorrow, everybody?
Oh, big demon day, right?
Big Demon Day.
Yeah.
Yeah. That means that tomorrow morning we're going to know who won that 2018 Dodge Demon 840 horsepower powerhouse of a muscle car, one of about 3,000 built for the United States of America. And this week is big too. Don't we have two big holidays coming up this weekend? We've got Flag Day, so thanks to all of you out there. Celebrate your patriotism. And we've got Father's Day coming up.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, it's always a fun time around here on Father's Day.
So there you go. So be sure, if you're getting our emails, I know there's going to be some special promotions.
Oh, yeah. And if you're on the text line, make sure you get that in.
Yeah,
Good stuff
absolutely.
there. Roger says, how to turn a rag top into a brag top.
I like that,
I like
Roger.
That was a good one.
We should borrow that one.
Yeah.
Roger, good line on that one. Hey, let's start with these, and I love it how Kathy is now telling us whether the question is coming from Facebook or YouTube.
Oh, okay, good deal.
So we'll start with Facebook. I will remind you, if you're watching us on YouTube, ring that bell and subscribe, and you'll know every time that we post a new video. We've got over 1,000 videos up there, PJ.
And if you're watching on Facebook, you could even switch over to YouTube and watch Chris in stereo.
There you go. There you go. All right, from Steve on Facebook, what is the rear gear ratio on the red 70 Corvette? That's back over here behind the olds.
It's next to the 65.
Next to the 65.
That still hasn't gotten out of here, but will be transported out here soon. But you were talking the 70, right?
Yeah, I'm tempted to take it home, but I'm not, because it's not dream giveaways anymore.
That's correct.
Yeah, we'll have to keep it here for the one. So there were 18 possible rear gear ratios available on the 1970 Corvette. Can you believe that?
18, Chris?
I'm not going to go through and name all 18 of them. I will tell you, however, that if you put air conditioning, factory air conditioning, on a General Motors muscle car back in 1970, that you could not get a performance gear ratio. So no 355, no 373, no 390, no 410, no 433s. I didn't name them all.
That was so. If you wanted the AC, you couldn't get that.
Couldn't get that. If you wanted AC, you probably got a 308 rear gear. You might have been able to get a 336 rear gear. I'm not sure which of the two this one is, but those are the two most likely choices when you had air conditioning on a big block in 1970. So Steve, thanks for that question.
Hey, before we go any further, let's add one more here. Nick from YouTube says, do they email the winner before the phone call? And actually, no, we actually try to call first.
Call you first to surprise you, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. And Jeffrey on Facebook, must you run premium gas in the 70 Corvette? Yes.
You have to run premium gas on this thing.
High compression big block. Better put some premium gas in there. In fact, you might even want to put some octane booster to boost that 93, or if you're using an ethanol free like 91, up to maybe a 94 or 95 octane rating. So yes, put the highest octane gas that you can put in a big block motor.
Now what happens if you actually do put 87 in there? Can you throw in something like a can of race gas in there to kind of increase that?
Yeah,
octane?
absolutely, and that'll raise that octane, that functional octane number on up, and you'll be fine. What's going to happen if you put too low of an octane? Knocking and pinging, right?
Yeah, like those old commercials back then.
Like those old commercials. Joe on YouTube would like to know, is there a removable back window on the 70 Corvette? There is.
Removable?
Removable.
Well, I saw the T-tops up here.
Yeah, but this window right here is removable.
And then hopefully not by a hammer.
Yeah, and I'm not sure what year they stopped that, but we've had both a 71 and a 70 in here, and they both had the removable rear windows. And then, Larry, maybe you know what year they started that and ended that on the C3. This is a cool car.
And very rare.
And very rare, right?
And very documented.
Very documented. 3 times NCRS Top Flight winner. And I don't know if you guys knew this, but we just added NCRS as our Powered by partner for the Classic Vet Dream giveaway and the Lift Superstore, which means the winner is also going to get a 4-post lift.
Oh, that's
That's
fantastic.
pretty cool. So you can put whatever your daily driver is on the bottom, put this up on the top, bring it down on the weekends for a little bit of joy riding. Okay, next one, Cindy and Jerry. I always like these guys because they ask us questions every week. Thank you guys. How much can the Escalade tow? How much tow would an Escalade tow if an Escalade could tow?
Oh, brother.
7,000 pounds. Remember, it's not the big diesel Ram dually. And then they ask, and the maximum payload, about 1,400 pounds. So that's better than a half-ton of towing capacity.
Yeah, that's great. That Escalade is amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. And V Escalade plus a Blackwing, good stuff. Jeff from YouTube, is a GTO hood set up for cold air intake like the Ram Air? We talked about this not too long ago, PJ.
Oh, yeah?
I'm so glad these questions are all about cars over here in this corner.
Yeah.
Okay, here's how we determine if it is or isn't.
Your hand is stuck.
My hand is stuck.
It can't go any further,
It
Chris.
is not set up for Ram Air.
There's no
Could
hole
you call Ames Performance Engineering and get the 2 Ram Air pans and make this a Ram Air car, or at least put functional Ram Air on it? You could. But no, it did not leave the factory as a functional Ram Air car. And in 1968, in case you didn't know, there were 2 Ram Air GTOs available early in the year. There was a Ram Air 1, which was a D-port head car, and then later in the year, from about March through the end of the model year, in August, or in July I should say, there was a Ram Air 2 round port. Which one is quicker? Which one is more valuable? The Ram Air 2, by far. So there you go. Thanks for that question, Jeff.
Are we on a Pontiac rabbit hole here?
Hey, why are you looking at me, PJ?
Larry West has an answer to your question here.
Okay.
1972 is the answer. He says August 71 production was the last model year for the chrome bumpers front and rear.
Okay.
The vacuum actuated pop-up
Got it.
windshield, wiper door as well, and
Right.
removable rear window to all 68 to 72 coupes.
68 to 72 or 68 through 71?
I don't know.
Okay.
But this one's production 71, so this was 72 is the last year for
Okay.
the chrome bumper.
Got it. All right. Adrian would like to know, Adrian from YouTube, how come the LS5 in the Corvette was 390 horsepower? That's this one right here. And then the Chevelle was only 360 horsepower. And that's a great question. It all has to come down to marketing.
Marketing? Why marketing, Chris?
Marketing, because the Corvette was, and I guess will be for quite some time, the flagship performance vehicle of Chevrolet Motor Division of General Motors.
Gotcha.
And so the same engine in any other vehicle would not get that same horsepower rating. How did they detune it? Well, they could do that with a cam. Or what they often did was they put a little tab on the carburetor so that you could not open that carburetor to wide open throttle when you hit the accelerator pedal. And that allowed them to put a less horsepower as the official rating on it. So they did the same thing on the Firebird and the GTO. Same engine, but the GTO got a higher horsepower rating because it was the flagship model of the Pontiac line. You take that tab off the carburetor and you get that extra horsepower because you could open your carburetor, your 4-barrel carburetor, up fully. Now, are there exceptions to that rule? There are. Think about the LS6, which in 1970 was available on the Chevelle and was, what, 450 horsepower? Was not available on the Corvette in 1970. LS5 was a top dog for the Corvette. But in 1971, you could get that LS6 for the Corvette, but you could not get it for the Chevelle. But the rating on it, they lowered it, didn't they? 1971 rating is lower because the rating standards changed. That's that 71 is that first year in which you don't get those gross horsepower ratings. Wow, that's...
And then it all went downhill from there.
Wow, did anybody follow that?
Yeah, Roger says, how about a Pontiac Tiger?
A Tiger. That's a Tiger right there, Roger. You know that. Okay, I've got another question here from Robert. Doesn't say if he's on YouTube or Facebook. So, if you win a ride and you want to drive it home, how do you get it registered? Can you get a temporary transport plate? PJ, I want to have you answer that.
Absolutely, we'll take care of that for you. You know, whether you're going to have it transported out of here or you're going to drive it out of here, we'll get you a temporary tag on there, good for 30 days, the state of Florida and wherever you're going to be. But you do have to eventually get it registered in your state, so you will have to get it titled eventually. And you know, it won't be able to skip the title, so you have to get it registered in your name before you do anything with it. And unfortunately, that's where your state, local, city, and county taxes could come into play. But you've got some time to zip around with your temp tag while you're enjoying that.
There you go. PJ, see if anybody else has any questions, because I'm out of paper here. I'm out of ink on the paper, PJ.
Well, Jesus says, I love learning about the history of each car that you've got here at Dream Giveaway, so we appreciate that.
Yeah, some cool cars. Really, really are. I was going to ask a quick question. Which has a bigger engine, a 6.2 liter GMC truck or the Hurst Olds? You have to know your conversion between liters and cubic inches.
Well, I got to assume that you're asking this question to make it so it wouldn't be obvious, so I would have to go with what I wouldn't think would be the bigger one.
No, it's an obvious answer.
All right.
Go ahead. Which one is it, PJ?
Is it the Hurst Olds?
The Hurst Olds.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, 455 cubic inches is what, a 7.2 liter displacement, and that's a 6.2 liter on the truck.
That's a lot
so
of fuel.
Yeah, that 455 cubic inch is a bigger engine as far as displacement is concerned.
And the quick trips to the gas station, I'm assuming.
There you go.
Someone wants to see the Demon before we launch it tomorrow, or before it gets given away.
No,
but I can't because there's so much
in that top secret area.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what else we hardly ever show you guys.
Oh no, Chris, that's a bad pun.
Who comes up with these?
Hardly ever see these.
But today is an exception to that rule, and you can see the nice pair of Harley-Davidson bikes in matching colors, thanks to our friends at the Daytona Convention Visitor Bureau, as well as Teddy Morse Harley-Davidson in Daytona Beach area.
It looks great on this little carpet that we've got
It
here.
really look great. And somebody is going to win both of these and a bike trailer from the Ultimate Trailer.
Yeah, I love this.
That's so cool. And the BMW bike is right here. It goes with the M4 CSL. When the GTO ends, we're going to spend a lot of time talking about the BMW and the M4 CSL. Rear seat delete, 543 horsepower track machine, fastest M4 that BMW has ever made, and set a record at what's that track in Germany?
Nürburgring?
Nürburgring. How many R's in that?
A
lot. All right.
Depends on your accent, I guess.
Depends on your accent. What a wonderful bike. Only 500 of those were ever made worldwide.
Crazy.
Crazy.
Alan has a question. Do most cars come with car covers? And some do, but most of them don't.
Most of them don't. California Car Cover, great partner of ours, will be back with a car cover for one of our vehicles, and we will mention that when that car cover gets here.
Let's see here. Roger says, do you have a Montero red car in the back room? I don't know.
Roger, why would we have a Montero red car in the back room? Why would we ever do that, Roger?
Only time will tell.
Only time will tell.
What if you live in Canada and want to drive it home, Bill says?
Well,
we've had two winners from Canada.
Two winners from Canada.
They've shipped it up.
Yeah, you probably have to figure out how to get pre-approval at the border for the paperwork with the title so that you can easily clear customs.
Right.
But you will have to have your vehicle clear customs to go across the border.
And you have to do it beforehand, and you have to schedule an appointment, I believe.
I believe that's what happens too. And again, we've had two winners, a Ford truck, that crazy 427 dual quad, 1970 Ford F100, and a GTO a couple of years ago.
Roger wants to know, is that a sim racer over your left shoulder, Chris?
That is a sim racer.
From Track Racer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Ryan's got this thing set up quite nicely. You've got the scoreboard over there.
Roger, if you come visit, you can put a quarter in the sim racer.
We'll give you a quarter back.
We'll give you your quarterback.
That's it.
All right. Guys, thanks for watching us today. I think we should walk back over to the Hurst package.
Well, that's because it's one of your favorite cars, right?
It really is. I fired it up earlier. What a great cam sound on there as well. In here, I'm just going to show you guys again real quick. There's one of the two built back in 1969.
I really want this big shifter on the back put back on.
Well, would your wife let you have a shifter that big?
You're going through the drive-thru.
You'd have to put like a. Can someone send PJ a big white shifter ball for that?
That's crazy.
So,
this.
that back in 1969. And then look, one convertible, and you can look at all these Hurst old promotional vehicles right here. Those are the Hurstettes.
Wow. John has a question. Do you have a brand name wax that you'd recommend for cars in the garage?
We love Mother's products. They're really great. And if you come here to the Dream Giveaway Garage and you'd like a little sample of some Mother's wax, we'll give you some.
Yeah, good stuff.
Good stuff. We will see you guys tomorrow. More great fun, more great action, a demon winner. Whole bunch of stuff going on tomorrow.
Isn't it last day to also get
and
GTO
last day
tickets?
to get entries to win the white GTO.
Yeah.
It only happens here live in our favorite place on earth, where Mailbag Wednesday means you ask and we answer. The Dream Giveaway Garage is where we make it all real for you guys.